been some past days of confusion, rancor, and disagreement within the ranks and file of the All Progressives Congress APC. This is because the party has not spoken up on the plans towards the National Convention, which they earlier slated for the 26th of February 2022. But the party this evening had changed its mind about the convention. They've announced a new date, which is the 26th of March 2022. The All Progressives Congress Caretaker Committee, led by Governor Buni of Yobe State, says after his meeting, they've agreed to hold the National Convention on the 26th of March 2022, moving it forward by a month from the initial 26th of February date. The Buni-led Caretaker Committee came up with this position this evening in Abuja, where it resolved to begin the processes of the leading up the convention or the pre-convention activities on the 24th, including the zonal congresses from the 24th of February 2022. The secretary of the Caretaker Committee, Senator Akpan Uduadea, was one who addressed the press after their resolution today. That is the breaking news that we're following for you right now. But let's get some perspectives, and we will stay on it tonight to give you all the angles and details. We have a list of the activities which the party has slated, which some of it I will be telling you in a moment on the program right here, so that we can get the perspectives from our guests tonight. Tonight, let's begin the conversation first and foremost with a member of the APC, an economist, a former banker, Ayo Oyalo joins us tonight. Thank you so much, Ayo, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Sean, for having me. Good evening.
You're one of those who have spoken up about the state of affairs of the party, especially under the Governor Buni-led Caretaker Committee. This position from this evening, what's your reaction to it?
Well, it's just, it's regrettable for me to say we say so. I sat here one day, sometimes last year, and I told you these guys don't know what they're doing, they're incompetent, and they don't want to go.
Those are the leaders of your party.
Unfortunately, I am regretting to say I said so. My group and I came up with a position from the beginning that the Buni-led administration for the CECPC has decided by every standard to continue to elongate the goalpost, to continue to elongate the lifespan of this caretaker committee. You and I know they were given originally 6 months. Am I making up these stories? After 6 months, they went back and they got another 6-month extension. Am I lying? Now, we never saw them got any extension again. They refused to leave. By the end of last year, did they not tell us December? Am I lying? No, I want you to confirm this because I don't want to look like I'm making up stories. They told us December. Then sometimes they came up with February 5th. Now they say February 26th. Now, 5 days to that February 26th, they came up with this new concocted whatever they want to do.
Are you aware?
Why are they bringing this? Nobody has ever, only them know. They are acting like it's a secret court. This is a political party that have, according to them, 41 million registered members. Why is it that only 3-4 people sit down in their room and decide for the rest of us? We have had 2 conventions now. We have never had zonal conventions in the past. Why did they just wake up today?
Zonal congresses.
Zonal congresses, sorry. Why did they just wake up overnight and this was never part of the plan? Did you ever hear that there was going to be a zonal congress before today? Did you ever hear it as a newsman? I mean, you are the member of the fortresses of the realm. Have you ever heard that we're going to have this? They just wake up today and they decide to impose this on everybody and we all should sing and begin to climb kumbaya? This is completely hogwash. And it's unfair on the masses of our party members. We have said this from the beginning, that the president should stand up and rescue us. His silence is emboldening these people to continue to take him for granted. Because I know clearly, during your interview, he said something, I don't know whether, you had your interview and another channel had theirs the next day. And he said something very germane, that if they don't get their act together, somebody else will push them out. And it's unfortunate that these people are doing everything they can within their power to sink the party that everybody built. And it's unfortunate, it's regrettable, it's painful, and it's completely unacceptable.
Let's step back a bit, Ayo. The Caretaker Committee is a child of necessity. The party put that structure in place to salvage the situation. The party was in crisis, and the neck of the party stepped in. These guys did not put themselves in. Why do you have a problem with them? Because
They didn't put themselves in, but they had a mandate to do just one thing. One thing. That is why they were called the Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee.
yeah,
6 months.
convention was
6
what
months.
they were
Excuse
meant
me.
to do.
Exactly.
But
6 months.
But they have not done the convention.
Suddenly, they didn't do the convention. They keep doing every other thing but
they've
what they
given
were
you
meant to
reasons
do.
why they've
We
not
don't
done
care about the reason.
You
You
don't
see,
want
there's
to
a
care about
Yoruba
the
adage that
reason.
says, "Jemfide hurting by alaye."
What does
It is
that
a
mean?
man who is just okay. There's a seat. Let me just sit near you, and then before you know, you start pushing you, and then they push you off your seat. This is exactly what they came here to do. They were to conduct a convention within 6 months. We are now going to 2 years. 4 months from now, it will be 2 years. So what exactly are we arguing here? They had 6 months to do a job, just conduct convention. So if they can't do it in 1 year and 18 months, you think I want to believe, not even 18 months now, 1 year and 20 months now.
All right. So
you
let
think
me-
I want to believe that these people will do
Mr.
anything
Yalawa,
in the next
let me ask
3
you,
months?
Let me ask
I
you
mean,
this,
3 or 4 weeks?
Let me ask you this question. And I'm asking from probably from the point of view of the caretaker committee, if you have asked to step in to resolve a crisis, what according to them they wanted to do
They were
is,
not
hold on please, is to rebuild a party and put up a structure. And there are litany of crises across the state. Should they be given a chance to do that job before the convention, or you just want them to do the convention?
There was
and
no
that's
crisis beyond the issue of the National Working Committee, the Oshomole led committee. Somebody claimed they have removed him. That was the only crisis. Please,
No,
let's
there were
not
crises
revise
in the
history.
state. At
There were
least-
no
at
crises
least
except the one these people came
8
to
to
create.
10 of your state have
No.
crises at
Tell
the
me
time.
what nature of crisis, because I don't know of any.
You are a
The
member
only
of the
crisis
party, but
that's what I'm telling you.
I follow the
only
I follow
crisis
the
we
process.
had was in Edo State, and these people have now come. They have created crisis all over the place. Parallel factions suddenly everywhere. We also saw what played out in Osun on Saturday. We saw what is playing out in some other places. So these guys did not come to build anything.
How do you
It was
explain-
never their job. No, Sean, let us be clear
Hold
to
on.
ourselves here.
Hold
No,
on.
please, people are listening. It is not their job to come and rebuild the party. It was their job to create a national convention so that we'll have a national working committee that will run the affairs of the party.
But the
Then
question-
that committee, the national working committee, will not be able to reposition the party.
Can you do the national convention in isolation, or based on the crisis you cannot build?
I just told you that
can't
there
build
was
the
no crisis
convention.
except the one they deliberately created just to elongate their. See, let me tell you where the crisis began for. Nobody asked them to go and do membership revalidation. It was from there that people started fighting that, oh, they are introducing this, they are doing this. They never had any reason to revalidate members. Nobody sent them on that errand. It was a thankless and a needless errand that they never should have conducted in the first place. So they deliberately did that to foment crisis. Then went ahead to start creating unnecessary problem everywhere. Look at what they did to us in Anambra State. I am afraid if you leave the party to these people, what will happen in Ekiti and in Osun? Because clearly these men are 2023 entrepreneurs. That's the only reason they are here. They want to use their position now to negotiate whatever they want to get to benefit themselves. And it's unfortunate. A party of 41 million people, only 4, 5, 6 people sit down and they want to create problem just for themselves. What if the party dies? And some of them don't even have shame. They have come from PDP before. So if anything happens tomorrow, they will leave. They don't have any decorum. They don't have any shame. They go anywhere. Tomorrow they can go and join any other party. Some of us started with APC from the beginning. For us, it's a lifelong child that we have built. We don't want these entrepreneurs to come here and destroy it for us.
And I'd like to ask you, this caretaker committee has helped and led a lot of the campees from other political parties. Governors have left PDP to join your party. Isn't that a credit
So
to them?
you think if we had a national working committee, governors will not still join us? Let me give you something most people don't even understand. Zamfara, for instance, has never gone to the PDP in the history of since 1999 that we had this current run of democracy. It's always been an ANPP state. ANPP is part of the APC. They have never been defeated in that state. So clearly, and this present governor was a member of the ANPP before, which means he was in the APC. Before there was an issue, he left. So clearly he will have come back home. whether they had them or not. If we had a proper national working committee in place, we would not have all these parallel factions.
Governor Ayade was brought in by the
Governor Ayade will tell you clearly
Governor
that
Umahi
his love, those two men, have you listened to them talk? Have you listened to those two men talk? Those two governors you just mentioned, they will tell you clearly that they were in love with the style of President Muhammadu Buhari. So whether this guy, see, let's not begin to ascribe to them what we don't need to. Since they are bringing in governors, what has it led to?
So
how many elections have you won?
Credit would you give to this?
See the election that happened last week in
what credit would you give to
no
this?
credit except from coming to create problem. They want to create problem and they don't care what this problem will happen. I mean, what it will create on the long run. They just want to control. Okay, look at the forms they just released today. See the amount of money they are putting there. When we say these guys are entrepreneurs, you see it. Who asked them to fix that kind of prices?
Would the money
you want zonal youth leader? Have they been giving us account of how they've been spending the earn in the past? Have you seen any account before? Now suddenly an ordinary zonal youth leader should pay 500,000 for form? What kind of wickedness is this? Are they trying to remove the youth from the system? See, we gathered a huge number of youth in Ibadan, in Lagos, and the last one just happened on Saturday in Cross River State. The APC youth of Nigeria are watching. And when they finally decide to go against these people, even God will not help them. They should stop this nonsense they are doing. Now, a party should not just be about money. We've been shouting, let's emphasize money, let's emphasize money. And suddenly, you came up with this zonal congress that we've never had before. And what did you do? You put so much amount of money on forms, and then just to create unnecessary breakback. These guys are entrepreneurs. For them, is what they can make out of the party before they go. We know some of them that are either they are part of the system, or the people that are their PAs and their hanger-ons. We know what they were before 2 years ago. We know what they are now. It is unfortunate that these guys think they are being in the caretaker committee is an opportunity to come and reap where they did not sow. Even God in heaven will be angry at them at the rate at which they are going.
So, I mean, I want you to validate and give us evidence of some of the things you're saying. You are calling them entrepreneurs.
If they are not entrepreneurs, why will you tell a zonal youth leader to pay 500,000?
You mentioned that.
Why will you tell a woman leader? Zonal, all these are zonal, and I validated because I just told you now. We've had 2 conventions in the past. We've never had issues after our convention. It's always been smooth and clean. Creating this zonal word now is to foment more crisis. So that they will not say, you see, there is crisis, we cannot run the convention again, so let's move it to June. That is their plan. Because I can tell you that this 26th of March is another figment of their imagination. They will not conduct it.
So this is the explanation that we're hearing from the CECC. One of which is the fact that this Saturday, there is going to be...
Did they not know? Did you not mention it? My group mentioned it to them that the date they picked was wrong. We told them from the beginning that there was going to be by-election on that day. But they deliberately chose it and refused to listen to reason just because they wanted to do this. And I've just told you now that this 26 they choose, they will look for another reason to move it. I can stake a huge bet on that.
All right. Did you see the letter transmitted to INEC?
We saw it. Everybody saw it.
So that letter also stated that, I mean, if they have looked into the constitution and seen that they needed to do a zonal congress, the zonal structure.
Do you know why we don't do zonal congresses before? It is to reduce unnecessary costs on aspirants. Well, that's what we've been shouting since. There should be micro-zoning. There should be all these things out before now. Several weeks before now. That's why we've been saying it. If you have been listening to us, we've been saying this. We've been sending press releases to even your channel organization. So we've been telling them these are normal ways we do things. So that if each zone knows that, okay, my zone should produce this, we will sit down as a zone and handle it without having to spend so much money to buy form. These guys don't care about the health of our party. They only care about themselves and how to make money out of the system.
All right, so the party has agreed that on Thursday, 24th of February, 2022, that's when officially the processes leading to the convention will begin. And it will begin with the publication of zonal committees, followed by the meeting of zonal stakeholders 2 days later. Then on the Monday, the 28th, the sale of forms for zonal positions. Saturday, the 5th of March, screening of zonal aspirants. Sunday, the 6th of March, 2022, screening appeal. And Tuesday, 8th of March, adoption of screening report. And Saturday, the 12th of March, is the zonal congresses across the zones. And Monday, the 14th of March, 2022, zonal congresses appeal. And on the 16th of March, adoption of appeal. The party says they have agreed and approved the activities for the party's national convention will commence from February 24th and terminate on March 26th at the Eagle Square with a national convention. If everything goes well, Ayo, are you okay with this?
Nothing will go well, Sean.
Are you being pessimistic?
See,
now?
let me tell you.
When you say nothing will go well.
They said, lie to me the first time. Shame on me. Do it to me the second time. Shame on me. I mean, shame on you, because I'll give you a chance. But the second time, shame on me. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. This is not the third time they are lying to us. So nothing these guys want to say that anybody wants to listen to.
You want them
the only
to
appeal
wrong.
we are begging the president is to just remove these guys. Honestly, as I speak with you today, he's the one who put them there. We are begging him. He's our father. We're not going to... even he himself is being disrespected as we speak. Because the last communication everybody in Nigeria had was February. Am I lying, sir? Please, Sheon, tell me if I lie.
So what do you think is the solution?
They should remove these people. That is the only solution. These guys will not go.
They legitimately brought them into office.
They legitimately remove them too. If we can remove a legitimately conducted election that brought in a proper working committee, why would not remove this nonsense contraption? Why can't we remove it? Why can't we?
Do you have a personal grievance?
I don't have any personal. The only grievance I have is the grievance of every APC young person and your old people, women, and everyone who trust and believe in this party. The dream of the APC is to be a progressive party. These guys are retrogressive in their action. You don't lie to people. They have lied to us once, twice, 4 times. No. They can't lie to us anymore.
What about this rumor about 2023 and the plan to...
That is what they want to do. We've been seeing so many posters. Some of them want to be deputy president or vice president. Some of them want to be this, they want to be that. How can somebody abandon his state for heaven's sake? How can a man who was elected to run a state of how many million people abandon his state and think it is better? Why don't he just resign and come and be national chairman if that's what he thinks is better for him?
Do you think he wanted it?
I don't care anymore now. All this story of he doesn't, I don't care any longer. What we want is for Buni to go. He cannot continue to play with the intelligence of everybody. I can tell you now, as I sit in this studio, you put this on record. On 26th of March, we will not have this convention if Buni remains there. I can tell you without equivocation, because he's going to come up with another story. He's been coming up with stories upon stories. He tells you clearly this is lack of integrity.
But he's not the only one in the caretaker committee.
I don't care. He's the head.
Why are you being personal?
I'm being personal because the buck stopped at his table.
All right, Ayo, we need to leave it at that. Thank you so much, Ayo Yalo, a member of the APC.